If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. I put out new Storybook Brawl videos every single day at 9:30 p.m. EST, and turns out most of you guys aren't subscribed yet, so what are you waiting for? I'm a pretty small channel, so I do also pay a lot of attention to comments and likes, so let me know what type of content you guys want to see. Enjoy the video. What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are looking at a really sweet game of Storybook Brawl, one of my best games from this month, potentially one of my best games ever, and that is because we are going to be looking at a Horde Dragon 3 Blind Mice game, and these games can just be a lot of fun. Being able to grab not only a tier 4 treasure, but a tier 5 treasure super early on is always just makes for some really powerful and splashy plays. This is a lobby with both Wonder Waddle and Pied Piper, but the other two units here in the shop aren't super powerful. I do think there's a strong incentive to pick up Happy Little Tree as well, because with Horde Dragon you can often find yourself going into trees, and we are going to see a second Happy Little Tree in this second shop, so a little bit punished there. Could have gone for that instead, but we're just going to roll and pick up a golden chicken. I've put 2 other videos up on my channel in the past, at least 2, for getting 3 blind mice on Horde Dragon. It just winds up being so powerful and so sweet, and it's a little bit risky because, and especially with a Wonder Waddle and a Pied Piper in the lobby, you don't always find that treasure, but if you do, being able to grab a tier 5 treasure ahead of the rest of the lobby can just lead to a free win. So that's the plan. Let's try to get a really busted treasure and do some sweet stuff with it. When I see that emote there, I actually realize that that is Sigismundo from the Brave Princess Questing League. So I was able to DM them as we were playing and just say hi. It was it was funny to see them in the lobby because when this was recorded, they had basically just seen me do something pretty similar, where I got that early helm of the goose, helm of the ugly gosling, I think it's called, and do really well in that lobby. Could have gone for the eeny meeny here, but I do think it's really important to pick up pairs as Horde Dragon, so I don't want to chance it. I'm just going to buy both of these pairs outright and make sure that we're getting them. But like I said, I've had 2 3 Blind Mice Horde Dragon videos in the past. One was that Brave Princess Questing League where I got the helm, and I thought that was maybe the most powerful treasure and that you could be getting with Horde Dragon. Previous to that, I was able to get a Dracula's Saber, and that was like one of the first videos on my channel. I thought when I made that video that that was one of the most powerful treasures that you can do, that you can come up with. Here I'm just gonna roll a whole bunch and sell the golden chicken for the 3 blind mice. That was the whole plan. Go all in, and we can see. I'm actually gonna pause it because what's really funny here is when I played that Dracula's Saber game, I thought Dracula's Saber was like the best tier 5 that you could pick up early in the game to ensure a win. And then I had that Helm game and I was like, wait a minute, no, Helm is insane, especially in the early game. And I started thinking about it after that game, and I actually went through all of the tier 5 treasures, and I said, you know what, Helm is plus 15 worth of stats, and right now with only 2 units, Monkey's Paw is only going to be plus 12, but when you get to have 6 units out on the field, plus 36, that winds up being so much more powerful than the Helm. So I actually think that Monkey's Paw off of 3 blind mice is the best possible start that you can have as Horde Dragon. Now, I'm going to be down quite a few units here, and we're only getting plus 12 this turn, but we'll see how I am able to grab the Monkey's Paw and get an even bigger advantage going on. So my gut was Helm. I just won with Helm. I just tried it. It was really good. There's also, I know, a really strong reason for Dracula Saber, but I do think Monkey's Paw is just going to amount to way more stats. +6/+6. Honestly, we could win this combat. An 8/8 and a 10/10, pretty good. We could even cash in the chicken for a 3 blind mice. That could be pretty good too. I wind up liking this shop a decent amount. I do think that Ogre Princess is pretty good if you can give it +6/+6. And I do also think that what was the other thing there? Oh yeah, Creeper. Creeper could be pretty good because everything has +6/+6. So everything's a little bit stronger too, and we'll just continue to be able to get stronger. Ogre Princess will continue to be able to slay throughout the game because of the additional 6 health on it. It's going to get a few extra attack points from the Creeper as well. So that's what I was thinking. That's why I locked, and we'll see how this one is able to treat me. You could also sell the chicken here for the baby dragon or the unicorn. Gives you a little bit more stats, but I don't think it's worth selling the chicken just yet. We can sell the chicken for like a pair or something else when we really need to. You saw we did the full roll down with the searching for 3 blind mice there. So you did have to get, I won't say greedy, but there's an interesting thing in Storybook Brawl where you can make more powerful plays if you make plays decisively. And what I mean by that is sometimes you hit level 4, you hit level 5, or even you hit level 6, and you don't know where you're going. And in this case, I hit level 3, and there was one unit in particular that I knew that I really wanted. And because of that, I was actually able to put together just more powerful plays because I was looking for something specific. I wasn't just like, do I want this? Do I want to roll? I knew exactly what I wanted and was able to, I won't even say manifest it. Like, I rolled. I used, what was it, 4 of my gold on the turn just on rolling, and then I bought and sold a chicken to make it happen. So here we're going to pick up a lucky. That's going to be a little bit more gold. Probably don't need another blind mice, and now I am just not playing my golden chicken right now because I can only play 6 units. So we're just going to play these backline creepers, and hopefully those will grow some of my dwarves a little bit. I do think putting my creepers in the front could also be good, allows them to grow a little bit themselves because 6/9 is still pretty big, and I do like keeping my blind mouse in the back. The main reason for that being that we'll deal 3 extra damage to some of our opponents if we are able to beat them, and we should still be beating our opponents right now. So looking pretty good. I think that is the lineup that we are going to go with. Let's skip ahead just a tiny bit. Ogre Princess is going to get the Slay, and then Lucky dies. Does look like we'll lose our creepers, but not before some sheep are able to damage them a little bit. So that's really good. We actually get insane combat RNG there, all things considered, because we really allow our creepers to grow a whole bunch. So this creeper is now at 11, the other one's at 10. So we've turned our 6/9s into like some of our best units on the board here. Definitely love that. Nutcracker is pretty decent with the +6/+6, but it is even more powerful with the fact that Horde Dragon's going to allow us to get a tier 5 treasure from it. Tier 5 treasures, really strong. Mimic chest would, Mimic would probably be the best one that we could grab at this point. I don't hate a worm root just to keep Ogre Princess slaying, but when you are Horde Dragon, there is certainly an incentive to just find some treasures. So I think we're going to roll. We're going to sell this Humpty Dumpty that we picked up off of the Ogre Princess, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a Copycat. And Copycat with +6/+6, also a really good amount of stats, and we're only going to be copying one thing with the Copycat, but I think that this is still pretty strong. And this is, I like this configuration here a little bit better. Get the Copycat trigger to Lucky discount something, and then we'll put Ogre Princess in the back so that has a decent chance to attack first as well. And I do think I wind up getting pretty lucky on this Nutcracker. I don't totally remember every point of this game. Let's see if that attacks into the creeper. No, yeah. So the Nutcracker, it's not going to be on this combat. Maybe I'm getting it confused with a different game, actually, now that I think about it. But a good hit from the Ogre Princess, and then Lucky is able to trade. So we'll have two different discounted things in this shop. And we made a little bit of progress on the Nutcracker, so not too shabby there. Can sell the 3 Blind Mice to pick up the Shadow Assassin. It doesn't really do that much for us, but doesn't hurt us here either. Going for the Mix-a-Wozzle, trying to hit some triples for the Creeper, but we actually find a pair for the Ogre Princess. So maybe we'll be able to make the Ogre Princesses work. We're going to need to sell some stuff to make some room in a second, because I definitely want to make use of my Monkey's Paw, and it would just be really awesome if I hit the Ogre Princess here, because it's Mix-a-Wozzled, so I throw in a roll rather than pick up the Friendly Spirit, and instead I actually hit on the Creeper. So we're going to grab a tier 4 treasure for this one, and I'm going to go with Coin of Sharon, and then I put my Friendly Spirit in the front line, because it would be really nice to have that get the Coin of Sharon buff. Anything in my front line right now, I actually really like the Coin of Sharon buff on. I like it on Copycat because that's a decent chance to make our final comp. I like it on the Friendly Spirit because then it gets to throw those stats elsewhere, so it's like it's getting +8/+8, so that is pretty sweet. And then I like it on the Nutcracker because that's going to make it easier to complete this treasure. We are going to trade with their happy little tree here, and then trade off with the Lonely Princess. We will get a sleigh, but I don't think Lucky is going to make it all the way, no. So we're going to take 6 damage here, down to 29, but we started with that extra 5 health, and there is the Ogre Princess, just a little bit too late. Can probably sell this crafty. I got a Lightning Dragon off the Ogre Princess. Yeah, buy and sell the Mad Mim. I'll buy the Ogre Princess here. Maybe we can do some cool Ogre Princess stuff. The big doublies are kind of tempting, but it doesn't really work with doubly as well as you'd think. There I was just hoping, what if I could get Ogre Princess again? That would be awesome, but I don't, so I'm going to feed it to the Kraken, and then I am going to roll, and now I'm probably just looking for copycats and Friendly Spirits at this point. Really, though, I mean, I would take another Ogre Princess here as well, obviously, so that is the goal. Okay, we do get a Friendly Spirit, and at this point you kind of have to make a decision. Do you want to sell off of these Ogre Princesses? I know I can sell the Shadow Assassin. I think I want this Friendly Spirit, though, so I'm going to sell out of these Ogre Princesses, even though I purchased this Ogre Princess this turn. We're just going to sell these here, pick up the Friendly Spirit, and 9/9 Friendly Spirit is just so big for this Copycat to double, so we're going to go for that here, and both grow our board while also playing a pretty strong board. And speaking of strong board, here's Sigismundo playing Dwarves. Our Copycat is going to grow, and our Friendly Spirit's going to trade with a few of their things. We are going to get a tier 5 treasure from the Nutcracker, but this Princess White is pretty strong right now, so we have to attack the Princess White. Actually, the Crafty's just as big, isn't it? Oh, wow, we get a tie. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, cannot feel too bad about that, getting a tie against our friend there. And we're going to get a tier 5 treasure, and that is going to be a Mimic Chest. Mimic Chest, really, really strong, honestly, with both of our treasures. But Mimic Chest is also really strong on a Horde Dragon, because you're potentially going to be doubling some tier 7 treasures in the future. So honestly, just all around really powerful. Now I think that, I mean, imagine if we played like even just against Sigismundo, we're so much more powerful. We're picking up 15/15 Friendly Spirits, and have an interesting decision to make here. There's the Dracula Saber and the Helm of the Ugly Gosling. Either of those could get doubled, so that is a lot of power. There's also Hand of Midas, but we're on tier 6, and honestly, I think just keeping double coin is going to be better scaling, because Monkey's Paw gives us a good board. I think I'm debating picking up the Lance here as well, because we already have some other stuff, but I do wind up picking it up. Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if I did or not. But we'll throw that there, and then I'll just buy a healing potion because I am totally out of time. Maybe I would have locked shoulder fairs or something. I'm not even totally sure that I would have. Really sweet playing against the double Ring of Meteors. And you know what? I actually totally came off of this here. All right, we're at 1450. The third combat of the game, I was totally talking over this, but this was hilarious. My opponent with... Oh, it was so quick, too. It was so quick. My opponent just with Celestial Tiger, Ring of Meteors here. So 2 damage to everything. They wiped my whole board before my video was even finished buffering there. So there you go. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny. And we're playing up against them now, and we've got an upgraded Darkwood Creeper, so that's actually going to be great for us. That's going to give all of our units +4 attack permanently. Pretty sweet. We definitely would have completed our Nutcracker then, but we do complete our Lancelot from that interaction. So pretty sweet stuff there. We've got a big Lancelot now. And I think we're still going to win this. It is actually going to be pretty close, but... Oh, is it a tie? No. Yeah, we barely win this. Okay, I thought we did. Because that is just so much stats on that friendly spirit there. Now we get to pick up a tier 6 treasure for free, and honestly, Ivory Owl with a Mimic Chest is a ton of scaling, and definitely something that I'd consider, but Pandora's Box is just too sweet to pass up. I really do consider this Ivory Owl, but Pandora's Box, I think, is... Honestly, I think that it would be stronger to take the Owls. Funny enough, Pandora's Box and Mimic Chest used to have a really powerful interaction. Now they don't interact with each other at all, but I do think that just being able to double a tier 7 treasure could be super powerful. If you get Round Table, there's some really insane stuff you can do with Echowood. If you get... Black Prism, then you're double casting all of your spells. If you get... What else is there? Okay, Magic Sword is kind of a bust. And it's a little bit awkward because we don't really get to control which treasure we're going to be using from this Pandora's Box. We're just at the whim of the box. But I do think that it is still worth going for here. Regardless, I think that we're powerful enough with the... Monkey's Paw for the time being, so it's just about trying to find something that can give us even more power. So we are going to kill their copycat here. They're going to make some baby bears, and then we're going to swing in with our copycat, which gives something plus... What is that? Plus 78, plus 50. So a huge Lancelot there despite getting attacked by that dragon. Then we will have our friendly spirit get in, just checking out the lobby there. And yeah, Lancelot's going to be able to slay, and we're going to be able to take out Pied Piper despite them hitting 6 on this turn. They had a Monkey's Paw, but we had double Monkey's Paw. And then we get our tier 7 treasure. And it is Mirror Mirror. And Mirror Mirror Mimic is honestly like one of the most powerful things that you can do in the game. So much so, I'm not even sure that I pick up this. Okay, I do pick up the Shoulder Fairies. Oh, because we're still tier 5. It's crazy to think about having Mirror Mirror Mimic and only being level 5. But I do pick up the Shoulder Fairies just because there's not much more that we can do while we are only level 5. This also isn't like the most powerful board for Mirror Mirror Mimic, but we should be able to make a powerful board out of anything with it here. And then I'm going to go for a Shoulder Fairies, and we've got a decision to make here because all of these things could be really powerful. The Arc means that instead of giving everything +12/+12 with the mirrored Monkey's Paw, we're giving everything +24/+24 if we can figure out this Arc stuff. We'd have to grab a tier 6 next turn, and then we'd have to put a tier 2 on this board as well. But we've got 2 tier 4s, 2 tier 5s, 2 tier 3s. I also strongly consider Wand of Weirding, because Wand of Weirding with the Mimic Chest, it doesn't double. You don't get 4 spells out of it, but you do get 3. And 3 of a spell at this point in the game can be an insane amount of power. So it's definitely something that I want to consider. I just have to consider how it's going to make our board. However, the other option here is Phoenix Feather, and Phoenix Feather is just an insanely powerful treasure, and it's even more powerful when you combine it with Mimic, because then you're getting 2 Phoenix Feathers. So it honestly is a really, really tough decision to make here, but one of these 3 treasures was up until very recently a tier 7 treasure, and that's Phoenix Feather, and that's because Phoenix Feather is really just objectively the most powerful, and I think it also does push us in a direction more than some of these other treasures might, because now we've got Phoenix Feather, we've got Mirror Mirror, we've got Mimic. There is a very clear desire to find a good boy and make a good boy comp out of this. That could have been sweet, that Evil Twin alongside the mirror, or the Wand of Weirding Mimic, but we're gonna roll and then eventually roll ourselves into a good boy, and we've got another copycat in this one too. So one thing I don't think I realized right away is that I can actually run 7 units for the first time in a long time with this board. But we're gonna wind up selling 2 of our units. Maybe I should have sold the Lucky. It makes the shoulder fairies a little bit awkward. Honestly, the board is just all around a little bit awkward here, and I don't know exactly what I want to do with it, but I did know we were up against the Ghost, so there was a pretty strong incentive for me to pick up Lucky here. Or I'm sorry, to keep Lucky in is what I mean to say. Because by keeping Lucky in, it's going to resummon, and then I'll get a bunch more discounts for the next turn. That's also part of the reason that I locked. So a lot of ways to play this, but the board compositions that you can create with this treasure combination, which I think might be the best treasure combination in the game, just leads to a lot of really interesting things. So we're going to have to take some time to figure that out. I take everything else off the board. I'm just saying, okay, what happens if I don't play any of this stuff? And I think I even just roll past this black cat here without picking it up for the extra gold. Yeah, don't even make use of it, because there's just too much else to focus on right now. So we can skip this treasure. Our treasures are already insane. We don't need any of this. However, Evil Twin, it would have been really, really good with Wand of Weirding, but one thing that is really interesting to note with Evil Twin and Mirror Mirror is that Mirror Mirror summons a plain shop-based copy of that unit. So when you have a good boy that resummons, both of the good boys that resummon from this first good boy here are going to resummon as good boys, and they are going to get the buff from the good boy that dies. So this is a really, really silly and really fun configuration here. But basically, when my frontline units die, they're now going to spawn behind this copycat. So we've got the copycat in the second position, and if the good boys or the friendly spirits get hit, they are going to summon things for the copycat. Sigismundo does have a Pigomorph, but it is going to hit on our Lance in the back line, which we don't really care about. So there you go. The good boys die, they come back bigger. This is... I mean, yeah, this is a lot. Friendly Spirit now dies. That's going to respawn another Friendly Spirit because of the Phoenix Feather, and then another one because of the Mirror Mirror. We're still attacking with our first slot here, believe it or not. We're finally going to get Copycat in there. That's going to summon 2 more Copycats and just give us a ton of stats across the board. Then this Copycat's going to get in, trigger the Angry, but it's going to allow us to just have another good boy trigger. Here's another good boy trigger, and yeah, we're just getting a ton of stats. You can see the Friendly Spirit up in the 500s, and we almost kill Sigismundo, but we are lacking a little bit on the board space. I could definitely see picking up this Echo Wood here, because that would ensure that the Friendly Spirit takes the Phoenix Feather trigger and just gives us a huge unit. We do want to play something in 7 because that will mean that the friendly spirit also spawns things behind the copycat if it dies, but it's a little bit tricky just altogether. You are incentivized still by playing more units, because when you play more units, that means I have a less of a chance to get scammed. Segismundo definitely could have just scammed me with a Pigomorph in the last game, and it could have been a lot harder to win. But we are going to go for the Robin Wood here, and that Robin Wood's going to buff one of these 2 good boys, and that should be enough to take it here. And excuse me, I am just going to play 2 units down and hope that I don't get scammed. If I do get scammed, I'm at 30 health, so I cannot die here regardless. I think that it could have even been wise to lock the "it was all a dream," but I'm not feeling too scared here. Our good boy's going to attack in, going to summon 2 more good boys. That is going to then give those good boys a whole bunch of health, and then here comes the Phoenix Feathered Friendly Spirit, spawning in slot 1 again, so that will get to attack, and it even gets the buff from itself there in just a crazy interaction. Here come 2 more good boys. They're going to start getting in now, but yeah, like I said, we're super powerful. Their friendly spirit is going to die for real the second time. Phoenix Feather, Mirror, Mimic, it's just a crazy interaction, and it's going to be impossible for Segismundo to beat there. And there you have it. We were able to take a really powerful start with a turn 4 Monkey's Paw and turn it into probably the best combination of treasures that you can have in this game, and winds up leaving us with a pretty silly board on the end here with a copycat with nothing behind it, which is also some style points, I think, as well, to just have that exist in the back line. Yeah, and the other thing too is this was also like so early in the game. We were beating up the lobby for a decent amount there, and then we hit we had the mirror Mimic when we were still level 5. We were debating picking up the Wand of Weirding, and we took the Phoenix Feather when we were still level 5. So that just puts into perspective like how quick this game actually was, and why it was even tougher for people to find some things that were on the same level competitively with this. But this was a super powerful comp and a super powerful game, and that's going to be it for this video. But speaking of really powerful games, we have a really, really insane game coming tomorrow. Definitely my best game ever. So that is what to look forward to, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you next time. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.